So recently we did a challenge rebuild, if you want to call it a challenge rebuild, where we went into a fantasy draft and had the very first overall pick in every single round, which is what happens if you keep the draft order on standard instead of snake, even though for like how many Maddens now, the standard, the only option was snake, so it's kind of confusing. I don't know why it didn't start at snake, because it's way more fair to, go from pick 1 to pick 32 in the second round rather than, one every round. But this time, we're going to do the opposite. Obviously, that video, maybe check it out. It went pretty well for us. We're going to be taking the 32nd pick every single round and seeing if we can still build a Super Bowl team, maybe even a dynasty, as we still do kind of have knowledge that the AI doesn't, right? They're still going to fall for players that look enticing because they're high overalls, but, they're 29 star, right? They're going to regress pretty hard. They've gotten better every year, but the AI is still far from perfect. Users are going to draft the best longevity teams 9 times out of 10. And that's what I'm hoping it happens here, even though we are once again stuck with the final draft pick every single round. And if you guys have been enjoying these kind of challenge rebuilds, let me know by maybe leaving a like, subscribing if you're new, which maybe you are. Maybe you're watched for a while, but you just never subscribe. Maybe do that. It'd be very nice. And if you're not new, I really do appreciate continued support. But one more thing. If you have a suggestion for a challenge rebuild in the comment section below, let me know. We still have to do a lot of realistic rebuilds, but I kind of had this kind of idea, and I kind of want to roll with it as much as possible. The next one might be doing it on pick 32 every round, but with the CPU. So we'll see. But let's get into this draft and see what team we're going to be. So you guys knew this before me, in a weird way, kind of, I suppose. I don't know, dude. Like, I know before you, but you know before me in the video time. It's weird. I don't even want to talk about it. But we, of course, have 32. That's kind of the whole point of this entire video. Now, the thing about this is, you're obviously looking for the next round. We had to do that with pick 1, but it's a little bit easier. You're feeling like it's less in between, kind of. Whereas this one, you kind of feel like you're always chasing. Don't know what I'm going to do here, but usually you guys know that I do like to go with, some sort of pass rusher. And at 32, most of the pass rushers are usually gone. Guys like Josh Allen are here, but usually they're gone. I'm debating on what I want to do, because the last time I went with Josh Allen, Nate Hutchinson, those kind of players, it didn't really work out. Or did we even go Josh Allen? I'm thinking, it was our Jaguars rebuild where it didn't go well, but that was a 3-4. It's a tough decision, because wide receiver is also really challenging to get. It's a position that is in a decent spot right now, but will it be after this? I don't know. Then you go to quarterback, and you're already dropping off so hard. Like Jordan Love. I mean, I would love to get a new quarterback. It's like, let's be honest. If I don't go with like a Jordan Love or a CJ Stroud, we're going to end up with damn Anthony Richardson. And there's nothing wrong with Anthony Richardson, but it gets a bit tiring. And I also will say, for some reason, Anthony Richardson doesn't really do super well in sim for me. And with quarterback, it's like, if you want one of the two names you mentioned, Jordan Love is like start of the 4th, 24 years old, pretty decent. And then Stroud is like start of the 2nd, which is 2 whole rounds higher. He is 3 years younger, though, and he is basically like maxed accuracy. I might do something different and actually go with CJ Stroud for once. It also does kind of feel like if we have our franchise quarterback, things are too good. But I'm still going to go. I'm going to go CJ Stroud. Someone new. Normally I go defense. I'm going CJ Stroud. I want my quarterback, damn it. And I really want my defensive tackle. I really do. But I think I might actually be going with Mr. Greg Rousseau. I know you do have Chase Young, but I think Greg Rousseau just does better in sim. And I'm not really worried about devs. I'm really not. I'm just not. Quentin Williams is also another name. We just recently had him. He's always a great pick, but unless there's a wide receiver I'm not expecting to be here, I think I'm going that route. Man, if I don't go Olave, I'm juiced at wide receiver too. And you know what? We're going to go with Quentin Williams again. I know it's a little boring to do the same guy, but it'll be different this time. Trust me. There's going to be differences. There will be differences. Unless the player I'm going for this round is not there, which my guide says that he should be, so I'm freaking hoping so. And he is. Will Anderson, who's the guy I wanted to go for this time, and he's got a very high upside. Speed rush is number one thing. Hopefully he doesn't regress the run stopper. And then this is hopefully going to be wide receiver, where I'm not going to go with the guy we did last time, even though he probably is the best available in Chris Olave. I might be going with George Pickens this time. I want to see the age difference. I imagine they're so similar. It's crazy, but I kind of want to go with someone new. And it's really annoying because, like, I'm not really sure how Chris Olave is the same exact, like, value. Like, Chris Olave goes 2 picks before Pickens, and that's, like, literally it. But yeah, I want to go with someone new, so I'm going to go with George Pickens. I'm going to change it up a little bit. Give myself a big jump ball kind of guy. And all right, last time we wanted Pitts, he wasn't there. And this time he is not there yet again, which is unfortunate. Last time we ended up going Laporta. Kind of want to go Trey McBride, get him on the Cardinals again, see what we can do. And while I don't feel like corner is a hard thing to draft, I do want one decent one, so Christian Gonzalez is going to be my guy. It's definitely a lesser team so far, but I will also admit that we're not doing the best we could do each round because I am trying to mix it up a little bit, which I actually kind of think is fun. Plus, certain players do sim better than others. We've seen it a lot of times where, you know, one player should be really good and they just aren't for some reason. So at the end of the day, it's also a tactical thing that could actually pay off. And we're going to go with the slight reach. You know, Jameson's usually the guy that I would go for in a fantasy draft. And, you know, it's a little bit since I've went for him. This one is tough because, I mean, really the best pick, as always at this point, assuming he is there. Oh, he's not actually there. Never mind. Would have been Jalen Carter, but he is unfortunately not there here. I was debating if I was going to pass on him this time anyways, but I don't know if I would have. I probably still would have went for him. But there's some names here. I kind of want to lean McNeil as my DT2. But losing DT isn't the worst thing in the world because you can always go for Brazil later, which I really never get a chance to develop him either. I'm trying to go for new players in this rebuild, which so far we've done a decent job. I'm glad Quentin showed up first. We've drafted 2 guys that I would normally grab. Like Gonzalez sometimes I grab, but usually I don't find the value there because I grab a corner higher, and I'm like, I don't need that good of a corner too. But yeah, Pickens, Stroud, Will Anderson, Gonzalez, I don't really grab often. And with all that being said, I'm going to grab Bijan, a guy I've never grabbed before. He's a little early. I could have probably gotten him next round. He's like a high 9th rounder. But I figured one way or another, we're going to have to reach slightly because, you know, we have to wait a whole round every time. McKinney's still there. I feel like this is pretty good value for him, to be honest. I'm going to go Grant Delpit, a guy that I would maybe sign in free agency, but as far as, like, grab in a fantasy draft, not often. And the value of Sam Cosmi, I had him at 31 in this round, so the fact that he's still here is a little bit of extra value. And then at this point, I think the tight end, Trey McBride, is going to be our guy. I didn't really look too much further into the future, but Trey McBride is... you have Dalton Kincaid as well. Like I said, I haven't really used Trey McBride before, and, you know, once upon a time, he was like a goated, like, sleeper tight end, and now he's actually shown a little bit of promise, and he's not really much of a sleeper anymore, so we're going to use him. 23 years old, 80 overall, brand new name, why not? And then there is another repeat I want to do. Peter Skoronski was amazing for us in our last rebuild, and it's like a round early, but that's fine. I think it's Skoronski, then the next round is Trent Brown, which we've slipped a little bit and let Trent Brown get through the cracks a little bit, which looks like this time we're actually going to cook and not allow that to happen. How old is he? 30? That's fine, though. He'll be here for another 4 or 5 years, and he is goated. I think that is going to be our choice, Mr. Trent Brown. And then the next one, I'm hoping Kobe Turner's there, because that's another new name that I've not used. He's 24 years old. I don't know how he's only normal and 80 overall. Should have definitely taken a little bit of a higher upgrade. He's, you know, people sleeping on him a little bit. So I think I'm going to go Turner. But then again, you also have McNeil, who somehow is only 23 compared to him. 79, 80 versus Kobe Turner, who is 81, 77. I mean, once again, it's a new name. I kind of want a new name. I'm doing it. Kobe Turner, 24 years old, but I mean, it's a new guy. I wanna see what happens. I also completely forgot about Brazil, but like I said, I did want to try someone new anyways, so sorry, Brazil, with your hidden dev just sitting all the way down here. Somehow not finding him. There he is. Daxton Hill's still here. I really don't like Daxton Hill in game too much because his zone coverage really sucks, but it is Daxton Hill after all. I'm gonna grab him. Also going with another new name, because it's usually Drew Sanders I take, right? Not Jack Campbell. I'm going to grab Jack Campbell a little, you know, early, but that's fine. Going early again, this time for another offensive lineman, Broderick Jones. I don't like going O-line too much, because once again, these guys are contract-needy people early, and you just can't really pay linemen, but the value's there right now. And then the GOAT of value, Connor Williams, I mean, is probably the last matter where he's really, like, going to be valuable like that, but he's going to be joined. Quentin Johnston's there. We're going to bring him in for the value. And it's pretty hard to pass on Trenton Simpson, so a few people will be duplicates. Cam Smith value, undeniable, hidden dev. At least the team still, like, it's very good, but the team obviously has a lot more to develop than last time. Instead of Drew Sanders, going to go Evan Neal, another guy we've had a few times, but have never developed him into a goon, so we'll see if that can happen this time. And instead of going to Nolan Smith, I'm going to go Charbonnet this time, stealing the division rival player here. Oh, I didn't know Foskey was hidden dev. Welcome. Why not? I also don't know why I say why not so often when I'm drafting. And then Luke Musgrave, he's just him every time. Like, do I really need to explain a 6'6", 22-year-old, 89 speed, 87 catching tight end? Like, do I really need to? Reed Blankenship, very good value. 24, 77 overall. Goes around this pick. I also have 6 offensive linemen. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Evan Neal is not going to be developing, I guess. And we're going Antonio Johnson. A little bit of a reach, but I don't really like anyone else around here. So, boom. I can't promise you I won't trade for a normal dev player again, but I'm gonna do it. Tyler Scott, the guy neglected in the Bears franchise. Gonna happen again here in this rebuild. Deuce Vaughn. I really wanted him in our Bisons franchise, but I honestly still felt like he was probably too good. Should have just grabbed him anyways. Rodriguez is a goon, and Beatty's cool too, but the small Deuce Vaughn would have been such a cool starter. I mean, I suppose it's never too late. A.T. Perry, and honestly at this point, it's basically going to be all backups. I'll probably still manually draft them, but it's not going to really matter. I mean, most of the guys that we drafted are all great, and they could all be starters, and they're you know, developable players, but they usually don't play a factor in the actual rebuild itself. All right, so I think we're going to be rocking the Texans offense, as we talked about it before. We're going to go with, at least early on, until it's like physically impossible to win, if that's something that happens, with the quarterbacks team that we select, of course, the C.J. Stroud Texans. Offense, maybe you need a new center. I think right guard's fine. Maybe you need a new left tackle, but just not yet. Wide receivers, we'll see how they develop, and then tight end, we'll see how they develop. But everyone else, I think, is pretty good. Defensively, however, DT2, I don't know about Kobe Turner. How is he going to develop? How are these linebackers going to develop? How is Daxton Hill, who might never get over 70 zone coverage, going to develop? Cam Smith's a low overall, too, so this is going to take us a while to get going, but we'll see. I think this is definitely going to be doable, so if we do another one of these fixed draft rebuilds, definitely going to be doing the CPU picks at 32 for us every round and really see the challenge. That'll be real next level. This is still going to be hard, and I don't know if we're going to win a Super Bowl, but that one would be ridiculous. Very fitting that we have the exact same record as the Houston Texans that we took their offensive playbook from. Will Anderson needs a contract already, and he is asking for a lot. 7-year, $94.6. Jameson Williams, I don't know if he's going to be the guy, but he is going to be the guy, if you know what I mean. $87 million. Oh, I guess not. Okay. Dax, another situation where, I mean, the money is just too good not to sign them. On the fence. Okay, we got to bump these slightly. But everyone else seems to be perfectly fine, so we're in an okay spot early on, actually. Normally I have to spend a little bit more than this, but I mean, we're getting some 7-year contracts in here that are, like, goated. Really good comeback on the season, and good enough to win the division. I am genuinely shocked that we actually were able to turn it around. I mean, really bad start, and then, you know, midway through the season, we won 6 straight. Never changed the scheme once on offense. I ran with the Texans, and then defense, I ran with the Jets because, well, our best defender is Quentin Williams, so I figured it makes the most sense. But let's take a look at the stats and awards. See some pretty interesting names there on the quarterback list. Wow, the Texans playbook sucks. Bijan was decent. Pickens was okay. The rest was just garbage. Blocking wasn't even that good. Quentin with 12.5 sacks, 8 for Turner, 6 for Will, 2 for Campbell. Where the hell's Foskey? 1? Oh my god. Dicker missing 1 kick. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much with the punter kicker because, I mean, they're locked in. Tua wins MVP. And then we'll see if we win anything on this side. Kobe Turner wins Rookie of the Year. We'll definitely take that. And that is all we'll take. But we did get to the playoffs after a crazy bad start. Turned it around mid-season, and we are in with a chance to do something. Probably won't happen, but you never know. Got a pretty damn good quarterback, good wide receiver 1, and a good running back 1. Going to the end of the game, pretty interesting turnaround on the season. 7-0. 7-3. Maybe, I mean, if we win, obviously it's something because we actually won, but feels like we probably should have just lost out and got a better draft pick. But in it to potentially win it, and the team could not score with, I mean, I guess we'll come in, try to make something happen. Unless the clock's running, then GG. Quentin Johnston, of all the players. Anyone, you flip this, get some blocks in here, and Jameson just takes the distance. Probably don't need to go as crazy as we are here. Oh, there goes CJ. Pretty big run, actually. It took us a lot of seconds, but we're at the 45. Got a chance. I was looking deep, and I just wasn't buying it. I really wasn't. I was just like, I just don't see it, to be honest. Pickens down up the sideline, maybe. Oh, he has a chance. Oh, my, where did that safety come from? Don't catch it. Oh, Quentin, if he would have caught it. Well, it's Hail Mary chance. I don't know if I believe in it, but at least we have a chance. All right, here it is. Pickens on that left side. Don't know if he's even going to get there. And we pump faked him. Imagine we actually did a really good job, and Pickens dove in there for it as well. But unfortunately, not going to catch the Hail Mary, and not going to replicate the other rebuild. We are not going to win a Super Bowl year one, unfortunately. Not like I'm surprised by any means, but still not going to happen. Let's take a look at the stats of this game. Both quarterbacks barely combining for 300 yards, which is just the battle of mid. Running backs, Bijan was a little bit better, but still not much going on there either. Stroud with a bunch of runs. Of course, we did have a few of those manually. That 20-yarder was kind of beastly. Turner, 1 sack. Judon, 1 sack. Interceptions, none. And, kicking is clean. So just like I said, the battle of mid, really. See, we got any dev ups. Kobe Turner should definitely get one. Maybe he was good enough to get to Superstar. 8 sacks is, it's not the easiest to get at a DT spot, so you just never know. The winner of the Colts versus Saints Super Bowl, the rematch. Colts by a little bit. What a game that was. 2 new teams as well, which is cool. CJ Stroud goes a Superstar, and I don't believe any other offensive player. Wait, did he go to... No, he starts a Superstar now, does he? Does he start at Superstar now? Yeah, I guess it would make sense that he would go a lot higher than Jordan Love if that is the case. Defensively, Turner? Yes! Turner goes to Superstar. Williams goes to X Factor. Simpson goes to Superstar. And Gonzalez goes to Superstar. Some really nice dev ups here. Specifically, Kobe Turner obviously going from normal to Superstar. I'm trying to get that power rusher up, but I don't know if they're going to let us have it. Gets 1 to power move. Come on, give it to us. Nice. I think we got it. So auto sim should be power rusher now. 2 to power move puts him at 84 and 81. Not bad. He's going to be 25, but Superstar Dev is Superstar Dev. And like I said, Quentin's gone to X Factor. Don't know where we're going to draft. Probably linebacker pretty high. Cornerback as well, maybe, because Cam Smith could be the number 3. But as usual, I pretty much focus on BAP. And these are going to be the players we're letting go. Luke Musgrave, Carrington Valentine, the GOAT of last rebuild, had 2 interceptions and a 3-game playoff run. And I think, there's some pretty good backups in here, but yeah, I think we're chilling with those guys. We're going to let them go. Go to free agency. I doubt there's going to be anyone other than like Alec Pierce. For some reason, he's always a free agent. Not really sure why, but he just always is. If he's a free agent this time as well, I don't know what to tell you. Best of luck to him. Let's just go straight to it. I want to see. Alex Pierce is not. Somebody loves him. Somebody loves him. Michael Wilson's a free agent. Definitely a new name, I think. And yeah, as expected, just nothing really worthy of our money. Mapu, maybe if you want to argue back at linebacker, but yeah, I don't think we're spending any free agency money or money in free agency, whatever you want to call it. All right, we have pick 6. Oh yeah, the Cardinals. I didn't even think about that. I can't really control it, but they have Houston's draft picks because of Will Anderson, which is ironic because in this fantasy draft, we took Will Anderson. But we have pick 6 overall. I did put a couple pass rushers on there because Foskey, I don't think I'm willing to bet on. Oh, one of my pass rushers is actually gone. I don't know if I'm willing to bet on. Beckham is here, though. Earl Beckham. Not the fastest. A, power move. B, block shed. He's looking a little mid. I'm going to be honest. He's not mid, but he's not looking the best. And then you have Marion Cofield, who looks really good, actually. I could trade back and grab him, but he is 280, so yeah, he could play edge, but is he really that guy for edge? He's probably at best 80 speed. I kind of want a corner as well because I can probably move Well, not even move, but Cam Smith just isn't that good of an overall. We also have this guy, Horton. I didn't get to scout him further, but this guy looks great. D'Angelo Horton, 22 years old, 6'2". He's not the fastest, but looks really good. But I think I'm going to trade down. I like Beckham, though. I do like him. I just don't think he's the best. Let's look at some of the ratings. So, A, pursuit, B, play rec, B, tackle, A, awareness. What about Cofield? How does he stack up, if you will? A, awareness, C, play rec. Don't know much about the pursuit. A, power move, obviously. I mean, they're pretty similar, and I think Cofield might be better. But I feel like the dev might be better of Beckham. I don't know. I'm going to trade back to, like, 20. Here we go. We trade 6, 2 fifths, and a 6th. Pick 6 for, you get it. For pick 18, I believe it was, from the Ravens, and a first round next year, which is pretty damn lucrative, which they ended up trading up for a tackle. Okay, I'm hoping Cofield's there. Just skip to it because, we don't really have much, like, 4th or 5th round type of picks to be trading around. Who is that guy? Charles Hendricks? 23. Okay, that's... Whoa, wait a minute. At first I was like, that's nothing. But no, I think that's a generational running back. I mean, do I pass on generational, even if we don't need running back at all? I saw that running back kind of looked cool. I just, want to stop in, take a look, see what's up. Okay. I'm going to have to take the running back. I mean, I don't need him. But at the same time, it is a generational running back. I imagine, at least. Charles Hendricks, he's my guy. Hidden dev. 98 speed, 95 excel at 232 is wild. And we still get Cofield. I might have to trade up for a cornerback, though, because I just took a running back that I just didn't need. Our running back situation is absolutely beyond goated. Cofield, hope he's hidden. Please, 21 years old. Oh, no. He does look really good, though. 83 speed, 90 strength at 280 is pretty cool. We'll see what happens there. I do want one of the corners, I think. Like I said, I don't know if I really like too much about what Cam's about, because he's, 75 overall is not the worst, but that's like basically one of these corners are going to be like. Nolan and Sloan, I'm willing to just take one of them, so I'll probably try to trade up once one of them goes. This feels like such an overtrade, but 2 late thirds with our mid-second and 2 fifths to move up to, what is this, 26? All for a running back that we debatably might not even need, but you know what? He does look pretty good, so we're going to go with him. Unless Horton's there. Oh, Horton. I can always put Dak at cornerback. Who looks like they're better, though? Sloan, 21, 5'11", or 5'10". Decently fast. Horton is kind of on the slower side. Very good man coverage. I don't know what his zone coverage looks like, but he would play safety. Daxon would play corner. Nah, I don't like that. I want Sloan. Tremaine Sloan. Hidden dev. We cooked. Then we move on to the 6th pick in the 3rd round. There should be a linebacker there, I'd imagine. And then the next pick is in the 4th round. Did we need O-line? I don't think we actually needed O-line this year. Pierman, Hawthorne. Hawthorne's probably the best bet because he's an actual middle linebacker. Middle linebackers are a little bit better. Oh, you have Ziegler as well, though. The Ziegster. O-line, James Rogers looks pretty good, too. Maybe we trade up for one lineman. So, you know what? I'm going to take James Rogers now, and then I'm going to move down until I'm down to just one linebacker. Please. Nice. 92 strength. He's a little on the shorter side, but he's obviously solid. We're going to trade a 2nd next and a 7th this to get to 86 with the Chiefs. I don't see why they wouldn't. Even if we were the worst team in the league, or the best team, Super Bowl-wise, they're still gaining a lot. It's a lot, but I'm taking that risk because I feel like we are a playoff team every single season going forward. And with this pick, I'm going to be taking Mr. Hawthorne, Peter Hawthorne. And then if Ziegler's there with our middle of the 4th round pick, I'm going to take him. 22-year-old normal. It was Pierman or Hawthorne. I would have probably bet on Hawthorne more anyways because he is a middle linebacker. But if Ziegler's here, I am going to be grabbing him. Maybe we could have slow simmed it, but I feel like we've already done so many trades. We probably can't afford it. And he's gone. We did draft corner already, but running back is by far does not a need. So Thurman Aldridge, a little bit of speed-ish. 90 speed, 93 excel. Yeah, he's kind of mid. If Ziegler was there, which, that day 3, it could go any time. That would have been clutch. I do want to see Ziegler, though. Day 3, I guarantee he was going to be hidden too. But I want to see this running back. Is he generational, or is he going to just be... He's got to be generational. What do I even mean? 98 speed at that size is ridiculous. I mean, we've basically got 2 generational running backs. 85 overall. I mean, I didn't need him in any capacity, but he just looked too good to pass on, right? I mean, that's just... 91 juke move, 93 change direction, 89 stiff. If he is actually, in fact, an X Factor, he is actually one of the best running backs I've ever seen, and definitely the best I've drafted. And he is a goon. Oh, my. That is ridiculous. Absolutely worth it. And then Cofield might be the starter, because even though he's normal dev, I mean, he's a 75 overall. He's actually a really good overall. Regardless of who starts, we at least have depth. Sloan's the new number 2 already, higher than Cam Smith. Really good man and zone. Let's take a look at that dev, though. See what we're cooking with. And then, of course, we grab that offensive lineman. Probably going to play future center at some point. Star dev for the cornerback. We're in 49. Just put him at 31. Do something crazy. And then Rogers, the last guy. I didn't actually see Hawthorne's overall. Kind of just skipped right past him mentally. But probably going to be a starter because Henry To'oTo'o is not the best of overalls. Dev star. Kind of felt superstar. I don't know why, but wasn't. And then Hawthorne. Yeah, I mean, 71 overall is unbelievably mid. I'll put him at left. Is it right out I think we need for now, but probably going to need to draft yet another linebacker. But let's take a look anyways at the players that we passed on. First things first, we got, well, to be fair, we went with the running back, so it's kind of hard to judge if we made the right call or not. Beckham, hidden development trait. 83 power move. Okay, I think we already can confirm we made the wrong call. What's the dev? Oops, overwent too much. Yeah, I mean, we definitely didn't make the right decision. I can tell you that much. So what about Pierman? Of course, this is always going to be a situation where we waited for them to take, and also normal, but a higher overall in fairness. Our guy's more balanced, though, so I think we made the right call there. Don't know if that's really saying much, but Ziegler, 73 overall. Also normal. Never mind. Not bad, but yeah, no hiddens for any of those players. Season 2 team, obviously we have that generational running back number 2 at 85 overall, so I'm going to run the Browns playbook. I don't know if it still does, but in the past, the Browns playbook was probably the best in Sim to run 2 running backs, so that is what we're going to do, because I think our best asset now with, you know, lower overall receivers probably is the running backs. It will potentially kill the progression of the receivers, though, which is worrisome, but if we're trying to win now and we're trying to utilize the best players on this team, running back right now is the strongest position we have on offense. And then we look at defense, and yeah, we still need some linebackers probably, but I mean, we'll see. You know, Hawthorne's a rookie, Cofield's a rookie. Got some new guys on the list that could easily get breakouts early on and become franchise players. 110 mil. Quentin Williams needs a contract. So the DTs, the whole interior needs contracts. I love Skoronski, so I probably need to keep him around. Quentin Johnston's not really getting much burn anyways, so probably let him go. Broderick's contract ask isn't a lot, and then Cam Jones might be gone. Cosme, I don't want to lose all of our line, but at the same time, once again, paying linemen is not a good decision usually. But let's pay, you know, guys like Quentin Williams, 6-year, 150. That's great money for us, and he won't be gone. He's not. Okay, I thought he was going to accept it straight up. What do we have here? Franchise quarterback, historic championships, close to home. I mean, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do about close to home, but 5-year 85. Might be able to do a 5-year 90. Skoronski's quite a bit of money, though. I mean, the money's never going to get better per year for these guys, so if we're going to pay him, we should go kind of long-term. This is a contract, though, I think. We can kind of do a 7-year 60, and, I mean, that's great money for us. Cosme, I want to keep because he's just such a good overall. And then pretty much every other lineman, I think, might need to just go. Right? I think every other lineman is gone. Had a pretty good start to the season, then kind of choked, but ended up making the playoffs anyways at 10-7. Maybe the playbook needs to change again, but I want to see if we at least put up some really elite rushing numbers. You can see here, middle to late season. Did really poorly, finished really badly, and we're lucky to make the playoffs. Let's take a look at the stats and the awards. I don't think I've seen any of the guys on there. Passing numbers are pretty good. 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 3,600 yards. Yards are a little low, but that's fine. Rushing, I mean, kind of balanced, but really it wasn't kind of what I was looking for. Receiving was really bad, which is definitely something I expected, which is why I'm kind of iffy on it. Kind of want a scheme that's going to get at least the receivers going if the running backs aren't going to do that well. And we kind of just got nobody doing anything, and the D-line wasn't great, and the kicker was terribly blocked. Got 4 kicks blocked. Maybe you want to aim a little higher, buddy. You might want to get it over that freaking line a little bit more. What a disaster. But as far as award wins go, we got Rookie of the Year with Cofield. Don't know if that was deserved, but we got it nonetheless. And we're in the playoffs, but man, with the way we played this regular season, I can't imagine it's going to be a deep run. Going up against the Giants in the playoff blizzard. Who is their quarterback? They don't show. Got some pretty good weapons, though. Going to the end of the game. The Giants, I don't know what their roster looks like. We've seen those 3 players look really good. Not the best scheme in the world. I have seen them kind of do well in regular rebuilds, so maybe. It's not common, but maybe they can win. But this is a team that I still would expect to beat 13-7. We've just left the door open the entire way, and here it is. We do have the ball, so any points should win the game. And we don't kick the field goal, I believe, unless it was yet another block. Let's see. Was it another block? Nope. With 4 seconds remaining, we run the ball out. God, I love this game. It's so good. It is such a good game. Usually we're on the benefit side of that, and this time we're on the not benefit side, the disadvantage. Quentin Williams with 3 sacks. It's like a third of his regular season. Aldridge with a pick. How is the game that bad? Like 32 seconds left inside, what was it, the 10-yard line, and you don't get a field goal off. You would literally, the whole staff in charge of dealing with that situation, whether it be the offensive coach, the head coach himself, the special teams, they'd all be fired. They would literally all be fired because that's impossible. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. Panthers are the Dolphins. Oh, 2 new teams again. And the Dolphins do win. DevOps, not on offense, without a doubt. Obviously, no one on offense. And then defensively, though, maybe Cofield. Yeah, back-to-back seasons where we got the Rookie of the Year getting to Superstar Dev. That's why you start rookies, man. Sometimes it glitches out like that. You get the double. But hey, we rolled with the punches on the loss where we should have had a field goal, which sends us to the next round. We're rolling with the freaking free dev-ups, all right? And was Gonzalez already Superstar Dev? I can't remember. I record these in different bunches as I have different things to do at different times. Hawthorne needs to be replaced, likely. And then offensively, I'm not really sure anything needs to be replaced. We just need to find the scheme that works for us. We actually have a decent bit of money, which is why I signed Quentin Johnson to that 3-year, $20 million deal. Keep that depth going. While we could use a linebacker, we are not going to be paying Tavai. I'm sorry. He's not a bad player, but he's just not worth the money, in my opinion. I need a guy with like high upside, or they're really, really good overall to be risking our cap for an older player. But yeah, that's free agency. There's a couple of names in there, but for the most part, we don't need a whole lot. And really, any new player gained, they either need to be goated or on a rookie deal. Traded Evan Neal for a 3rd-round pick for the Commanders. There was some offers. They actually offered Levante David, but he was only an 82 overall. I was like, it's probably not worth it, so we went with the draft pick instead. Maybe it isn't all about the playbooks. The Chiefs rocking the very first pick overall, and Howell's not good, but he's not bad. Well, I would actually say he's good. That I actually would take that back. He's got 93 throw power. Accuracy seems to be 90 short, 85 medium, 85 plus deep. Those types of ratings. And Swift's a good running back. They have Devontae, who only just regressed. This is not a bad team at all yet. They're the first pick overall. Maybe it's not all about schemes. I lied, but it definitely, you definitely need talent around you in general. But pick 20 and 27, obviously we traded down, got ourselves an extra first-round pick again. And the I had Rathman on my list because I thought he looked kind of decent. The value, the speed's not there, but the A to C power move, the value of a pass rusher could be goated. Maybe it wasn't Rathman, actually. Maybe it was someone else. Who the hell was it? Was it any of these guys? I'm pretty sure I had a pass rusher on my list. Definitely wasn't Buckner because he's 23. Oh, maybe it was Washington, actually. I do have him scouted further. It might have been Washington. I don't even think we need edge, but like at what point do we just take them because we don't really need them? Them being like anyone else. I'm going to go Reuben Washington. I'm going to go build a time machine to not draft Reuben Washington. And of course, you already knew it was coming, but we're going to be looking to trade down. Get a couple of late seconds to early third range picks if possible. Might be a manual trade down, though, I will admit. I don't know if this trade is fair, but I ended up trading our first-round pick this year, a fourth-round pick this year, and a seventh-round pick this year with a sixth next year for a late second and 2 early thirds. Actually, that is wrong. A late second, an early third, and a second next year is what we actually did. At first, that's what it was going to be, and then I was like, you know what? I actually want a little bit more value than that. But I like the trade a lot. We're probably going to be taking linebacker here. The biggest positional need right now is linebacker, so that's likely what we're going to be going for. Don't know who the best available guy is, but I've seen a couple of names in there. Might be, McKee's still there. I thought it was going to be Castaneda, but I think it might be McKee. 21 years old, Z zone coverage? C zone coverage. Not the fastest, but I'm all about the middle linebackers, and that is going to be what I take. And not the fastest, like I said, 86 speed, 87 excel, definitely fast enough, but a hidden dev, which means really this is going to be maybe a lineman pick and then probably a trade down. Do we also take a safety? We don't really need a safety, but the value there with a B zone coverage is maybe decent. Eric White, a little bit faster. I'm going to take Eric White. Oh, man. If that's 89 speed, then the other guy must be like 86 or 87. Oh, my. Well, that wasn't a good pick. I might take the center Driver now. The best player I had was Colt Driver. A little undersized, but 6'4". Why not? Hidden dev, we'll take it. We move down, and there's actually a lot of our players still there, so I'm going to go with Josh Keys. Grab another lineman, and grab another hidden lineman is what we did. No more picks for the rest of the draft. Never said that these were going to be the most realistic of rebuilds, but for the most part, other than not having like a 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th round pick, don't think anything's been like unnecessarily unrealistic, right? Evan Neal for a high third is, I mean, fair game. If I needed a tackle, a big dude like him specifically, that would be a trade I'd be debating without a doubt. I don't think it really matters what the devs are specifically. You know, they're hidden dev. They're going to start. That's really all that needs to be known. But because McKee is an outside linebacker, not inside linebacker for us, we will be moving him out. Oh, there you go. Superstar dev. But the rest, I don't really care too much about their devs because they're not even starters. But I am curious to see if the safety we passed on was better than the safety we took. I basically went for the speed. What was his name? Like Westbrook? Westbrook is not even a third-round pick, apparently. There he goes. Start of the 4th. Oh, 67 overall. Yikes. Season 3, team on offense really hasn't improved too much. I'm going to have to change the scheme again because I wanted a scheme that was going to kill on the ground, which it wasn't bad, but I've seen, you know, running backs on their own as a starter put up better numbers than Robinson and Hendricks, who should be literally unstoppable, did together. But we did make the playoffs, so maybe, I don't know. O-line, Trent Brown, Connor Williams, whenever they need contracts, that's them. That is them gone. I mean, Payne, Skoronski, Jones, and Cosme was already a lot as is. Can't afford anymore. Trey McBride, didn't really get to see much from him, but he's still got potential. And then offensively, I mean, if everything goes right, we don't need to replace anyone. But I do worry about, not Christian Gonzalez, he's fine. I do worry about Daxon Hill and his progression. Like, what's his zone? He's probably not even at 70 zone yet. 24 years old with 72. Okay, 72 zone. He's getting up there. 48 mil. Gonzalez, obviously. Delpit, probably. And then the rest are all pretty much backups. I hate losing depth, but, I mean, just keeping the starters intact is already a tough enough task as is. 7-year 89. Nice. And then Delpit, I do like the value there. He's a really good player, but... Okay, I mean, if he was going to go for any more, I probably wouldn't. I don't know. I would have been debating it, but 25 mil left over with, no one else to sign is pretty good. Well, not a great season, but the rest of the division was really bad. 10-7 probably good enough to make it anyways, even if there was competition, but there wasn't. But here we are with the season. Okay start, really bad, kind of like middle-ish, and then, good finish. So good start and good finish, just not great in the middle. Yeah, let's take a look at these numbers. I ran Seattle's offense this time. Probably should have changed the defensive scheme, actually, because we didn't really have that great of a season last year. Passing is not good for Seattle offense. Rushing was not really that great either. Pickens was decent. Yeah, I mean, do we just go with the ones we know? I'm trying to change it up every single time, and it's not working. Pass rush is terrible, despite the fact that we should have a really good defense. Sloan should be a superstar. Kicking better, but still not great. And then Cole, under 50 yards per punt, which is just my baseline for being a decent punter. Looking at MVP, goes to Lamar. Any award wins. McKee wins Rookie of the Year, which is great. It's almost like, oh, Sam Cosmi gets a dev up. It's almost like you're guaranteed to get the Rookie Award win if you're the user team. But I'm going to change the scheme preemptively. I just don't think Seattle's going to get the job done for us. We're going to go with the multiple power Saints. I've never really seen the Saints do anything, but I'm hoping that remnants of Drew Brees is still here somehow. And we cook, but here it is, 90 to their 87. Going to the end of the game. The Lions with the first score, 3. We get 7 back, but it's already the second quarter, so I was hoping for a little bit more scoring than that. 7-6, and a nice touchdown before half gives us the 8-point lead. Another touchdown, 21-6. Another touchdown, 28-6. And it looks like we're going to win a playoff game. Thank you, Lord. Maybe it's the Kamara effect. You know, we have a true number 1 running back that could do all the things Kamara can do. And maybe that's the scheme. Bijan was great with 2 touchdowns, and not really much. Well, no, that's Brian Robinson. Nothing in the receiving game. Okay. I guess the Saints don't have Kamara ever. But there you go. To the next round. I'm trying new schemes. You know, this is the rebuild of drafting as many new fantasy draft players as possible. And this is the rebuild of trying as many new schemes as possible. And so far, I think it's been an interesting one, to say the least. Going to the divisional round against the Bears. 86 overall. We are 91. We should have them beat, but you know our luck. Here we go. Chicago driving down, gets 7. We get 7 right back, though. They get another 7. We get stopped. They're up by 21-7. Halftime, we get the touchdown. And then we get a stop with a touchdown. They're up by 7, though. This is not looking good as, oh, we get a pretty quick drive with a rushing touchdown. They're driving down the field like they're the ones losing. The Chicago Bears are one of the greatest teams of all time, just smoking us at every single second. This is a really good team, yet the game does not agree. Is this an option route over the middle? It is. I mean, you got to assume he makes the right call, and he does. Wow, that is a really good defensive play, but a great throw nonetheless. Leads him in there. And I can't get the screen pass, unfortunately. And in behind. Don't know how. I don't remember where it was. I don't know if it was a Bears franchise video, ironically enough, or Bison's or something, but these DBs that are jumping the underneath and then somehow bringing it back towards the guy behind them. I don't know who these players are, but they're like the greatest of all time. Pickett, ironically enough, good name. Let's take a look at his overall. Watch, he's like some mid player. Ah, their backup free safety has that. What's the play rec? What's the play rec? Where is the play rec? 69 play rec. Okay. Surely he can make that play. Surely. Oh, man. I mean, it doesn't matter anyways. We're going up against the literal grain of all grains. I mean, the team just struggled to do anything when the game was still in reach, so there was never going to be a chance for us to come back there. Was just hoping, but yeah, it was unlikely. Colts versus the Falcons. That another different Super Bowl matchup? Two different teams. Like, in this rebuild, that's kind of crazy. Falcons win it all. It might even be Falcons scheme time, because it's not OP, but it is good enough. As we're just wasting prime opportunity with the offense that we have. McKee is a superstar. Cofield's an X factor. Turner's an X factor. It's a pretty good dev up season for the defense. Kobe Turner, only an 86 overall, though. But, I mean, he's a pretty good balanced player. He's like a poor man's Jalen Carter, I suppose. But then Cofield changed that scheme. Might go with Chiefs defense. It's been a while. Last time I used it, wasn't really that good for me. But early on, I used to, like, when it was time to win a Super Bowl, I would run, both sides. Chiefs offense and defense. But McKee makes... no, he actually was already a superstar. Never mind. I forgot about that. Free agency, Taron Armstead, 35 years old. Not a bad addition, but don't really need him. Kind of just formalities. Go through free agency. Maybe somebody slips through the cracks, a younger player for a position of need, but not today, unfortunately. All right, we trade for a guy on contract. Cole Miller has 3 more years, and I figured half of that money would be guaranteed, so maybe 10 mil per year for an 88 overall plus guy. A first-round pick this, a fourth-round pick this, a fifth next, and a seventh the following year. And, of course, Trent Brown's on a 1-year contract, so we can trade him off probably for pretty good value, right? 86 overall. I mean, I'd imagine we almost recoup everything we just lost. Pretty damn close to it. Or go a different route, position of need. There's not really much we need, though. Kind of thinking maybe we trade off Jameson Williams as well and, like, upgrade at the wide receiver position. Just go up a little bit higher, because right now everything's not really working out. Who's this guy? Right tackle? Do I? Why not? I mean, we're moving sideways, but it is what it is. And I can't do anything with Jameson because we paid him big bucks, didn't we? Pickens, he's a pretty good overall. I don't know if I can afford him, though. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Well, what can I say? I mean, we are where we are. Center, maybe need a new center. Connor Williams is good for this year. Kind of willing to just roll with him and let him go, though, and just let the guys that have been developing behind him take over the following year. Trenton Simpson, his contract's probably going to be quite costly, or Jack Campbell, so I might actually trade Trenton Simpson off here, actually, and try to upgrade there as well. Things change. Connor Williams is going to be gone with Trenton Simpson. 2 second rounds this year and a third for Quay Walker, who is on contract. The big question, right, the big thing for us right now is trying to maneuver the money, and Quay Walker does not have a lot of money attached to him right now for the next couple of seasons, and he is superstar dev, so, I mean, we're kind of going similar route. Probably going to put Campbell at left out. I think left out actually is cheaper than right out or middle. So we'll see. I don't know if this is a good decision or not. I'm trying to think, because middle linebacker is guaranteed to be about 10 per, whereas left out could actually be quite a bit more. But it is what it is. I've made my decision. And with that being said, I mean, we're actually not going to be drafting. We're completely skipping the draft. We have 2 7th-round picks. I'll grab whoever's there, but we're going to be skipping the draft. Season 4 team, obviously we've improved the left tackle, kind of, but more importantly, we've improved the ability for him to stay around longer. And then center does take a drop-off, and that's mainly because, of course, well, we needed to go for a better, younger linebacker for the future. How big is Mark Griffin? We can actually probably put him at center for now. And then, down the line, if we need to replace anyone, he'll maybe move over there. But for now, center is the position we need to replace, so makes sense to put him at that spot. 79 overall at center. And then we look at the defense. Obviously, Quay Walker, adds to the list. +7 in overall over Trenton Simpson. And, well, that's the squad. That's the squad. It's definitely playoff worthy. Is it ever going to be Super Bowl worthy? I don't know. 44 mil. I made a mistake. I want to see what he is like at middle linebacker. But, yeah, I did make a mistake moving him to outside. But that's fine. I do want to just see the difference, basically playing, coverage linebacker. And the money drops quite a bit. I'm not going to sign him back anyways, though, because I don't think we can even afford him. Bijan, obviously we have an X Factor backup, but, I mean, he took it anyways. But, it's costly. It's costly. I'm not going to do a 5-year for Pickens. Nah, I will do a 5-year for Pickens. I was about to say I'm not going to because, he's not a superstar yet, but that's fine. Anyone we have to pay soon, these rookies, we are really not looking great. That Mark Griffin fella, they're all 5th-year options, though, so technically we're not losing them just yet, but man, we are going to be too broke to keep this team intact. But what's there to keep intact? Because we're struggling. I don't understand it. EA is just great. Well, winning in, I believe, and losing still in, apparently. 9-8. I rolled with the Falcons playbook for half the season. Then I rolled with the Chiefs playbook and scheme for half the season. And as the highest overall team in the league, I can confidently say that because there's no way a team is even close to us. We still barely made the playoffs. I don't know what's wrong, but Sim is completely broken. Pickens, maybe the yard's good enough to get him a dev up for once, but man, the receiving numbers have been awful. I don't know if CJ Stroud just isn't that guy, but he has not been that good for us in this rebuild, I gotta say. Interceptions were okay. Kicking was we're never going to get anything with Dicker. I guess don't ever fully invest in the kicker. Just go with a new free agent every year. Mahomes, with the Falcons scheme, ironically enough, wins MVP. And award wins for us, I would imagine, are not going to exist. And they don't. 9-8 versus 9-8. I mean, we're 92 overall. I don't really know what else we could do at this point. I mean, I've changed the scheme like 45 times. It's just roll Chiefs all the way through or the Cowboys all the way through, and that's it, I guess. Maybe it's just because, once again, we're one of the teams that EA obviously didn't expect, that would do well. This team going into the regular season this year was, a bottom 3 team, obviously, maybe even the worst team, as we're now down 17-3. Sweet, 17-10. There must be something in the game. I'm telling you, there is something coded in this game behind the scenes where they wanted to seem like they know what they're talking about. So teams like the Cardinals, they just don't do well in Sim. Because our team with the Chiefs scheme should not be losing like this to Justin Fields and the Commanders. I don't genuinely understand. Am I just the unluckiest person of all time? Like, we've had a lot of Super Bowl wins, which are, tough to get. They're tough to get. But I genuinely don't get how seasons like this exist for us. 9-8 with a team this good with the Chiefs scheme, and then we lose 38-17 to the Commanders. Skill issue, I guess. I guess we just have to build a 99 overall team, not a 92 overall team. Super Bowl win between the Raiders and the Falcons. Speaking of the Falcons, the MVP of the league, Mahomes. Take a look at the DevOps Pickens, maybe with yards. Nope, not going to happen. Defensively, was McKee already an X factor? Gonzalez definitely wasn't, but was McKee? I don't think so. I think McKee went up in Dev as well. Nice. Going to drop down in talent, though, because we're losing Jack Campbell. I don't know what to do at this point. At this point, I've exhausted all our options. I feel like I've managed the team's cap well by trading off players that need contracts, using them as leverage to get players that don't need contracts at similar or the exact same position. And we've built the best team in the league, and it's just not good enough, apparently. Final season, no matter what. Hendricks, I mean, I'm just going to do all of this. I'll let future me worry about it. Future me that won't exist here. Boom. I'm going to keep Campbell. I don't care. Say we're cheating. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Wasn't been a linebacker this whole rebuild. That changed in the last second. Don't care. We trade Rodgers and a 4th-round pick to the Browns for a mid-second-round pick, actually. And, let's head on to the draft. All right, we're in the draft. We have pick 21. Do we even have any 1-2s? We have a defensive tackle. I don't even know if we need a defensive tackle. Safety is probably the bigger need going forward. Don't know who I'd want, though, because there's 2 solid safeties here. Pat Bayer, who skipped the combine but has good on the left side, which I actually do trust more than the numbers themselves these days. And then you have a guy that kind of has both going for him. I'm going to take Jamie Lowry. I'm done. 1st-round picks. This is why I trade them down, because I suck at drafting the 1st round. I'm just the worst. I'm going to go for a tight end, though, for sure. Because, McBride hasn't really worked out, and he needs a contract going forward. I think positions we need contracts for. CJ Stroud, tight end, and then maybe one of the linemen. But overall, we're actually, at least for the next season after this season, we're actually able to afford literally everyone. So we are chilling. I'm going to take Cam Starks. I like the value here with all the Bs across the board. Hidden Dev. Athletic as hell. Jumping of 84 is really good for a CPU generated as well. Not bad at all. Do we have a decent 3rd? We do not. So I'm going to try to go to the early 3rd to grab one of the tight ends. 71. I'd want even higher if I could get it. But we are pretty late here. Let's add that. 3rd round next year to move back like 10. And we have both tight ends available. I don't know who I want. 22 years old, 6'3", 4'6", not the fastest. And then you have Dennis Fisher, who is 21 years old, and the decision has been made for us. 21 years old with a bit better speed, in theory, is always going to win in my book. Maybe I shouldn't have went to the next pick, but we don't really have anyone we need now. Arnaud was actually on my list of linebackers, but we don't even need a linebacker. Any offensive lineman? Lidge? What a name. When I saw that name, I was like, that is not a name I have ever seen. Eric Lidge, welcome to the squad. Hidden? If you're not hidden and you're an offensive lineman, I'm not trying to say that you're just a useless person, but you're basically useless. CPU draft, of course. I'm not talking about... I guess I never really thought about the fact that there are offensive linemen in the league that are, in fact, normal dev in-game. So, whoops. My bad. DeAndre Murphy. One of these guys, yeah, there was one of them that was really fast. Not a superstar, but look at the freaking athletic ratings. Damn, usually they're missing like one, but this dude's good. Usually the athletic types are, they're missing like 1 or 2 ratings, but he has literally everything 95 plus. That's crazy. All right, look at the squad of draft picks. Lowry, not bad, but normal dev. 73, 72, 75, 71. I don't know if this tight end's going to be the dude or not, but Dennis Fisher, he's got potential. He's got good injury, stamina, toughness, so he would be a guy that you could actually use if you were going to actually, draft and use him. And he's superstar dev. Okay, I'm kind of curious, though, to see the difference between him and the other tight end that we could have had. I would do the safety, but I don't remember, to be honest, what the other options were. Where are the tight ends? Am I crazy? Kent, all the way at 74 overall. Hidden dev as well. 6'3". A little bit slower, like we expected. What's the dev? He's superstar as well. I mean, I guess you couldn't really go wrong. Nope, star dev, we made the better choice. The 5th and final season. I don't know if we're going to win a Super Bowl, but we're going to try. This is a really good team. 93 overall, that doesn't count for potential morale boosts, some overall upgrades if we actually start winning games. And, I mean, this is the squad of all squads. I went with what I know. And what I know is the Chiefs offense with West Coast spread, and then the 4-3 with Buffalo defense. You guys have suggested a few, and I have tried them, and they haven't always worked, but some of them do work. I'm going to keep trying new ones every time, and sooner or later we'll find something that's like about as fair as you can get without being OP. But let's see if with the quote-unquote juice, if we can win it all. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I don't know how we pay Stroud, McBride, Sloan with negative 2.8 mil already. There's got to be a way. I don't know that way, but there's got to be a way. If not, well, thank God this is the last season, am I right? Could be the bye week, and it will be. Plus a trench boost, which is usually maxed out XP of 10k. Usually it's like, oh, no, maybe not. It's because it's the rushing ones, usually like 0 to 99. Oh, we actually got the 100 to 149 one. But let us take a look at the schedule. Of course, ran with the Chiefs on offense the whole way through. And like I said, the Buffalo Bills on defense the whole way through. I feel like you do need to start and finish with the playbook for it to really be seen statistically. And obviously that happened here. CJ Stroud with his best season yet by far. Bijan, very good season. Pickens should be superstar. Quentin could go to superstar. He's gone anyways. McBride goes to superstar. He's gone anyways. And then Williams. There's always one wide receiver that gets screwed. I still don't even know which receiver it is. Is it the wide receiver that plays slot? Because he was the number 2 slot and the number 2 on the roster. I don't even know. But Will Anderson with 19 sacks. He should finally get a dev up. Quentin Williams with 13. 8 for Turner. 5 for Cofield. Who's just been, even though he's really good dev, just mid as hell. Dicker, 6 for 7 for kicks. Yeah, I mean, we're broke as hell, but we could have one final shabang. MVP for CJ Stroud as well. Clicked the wrong thing there. Bijan, Offensive Player of the Year. Will Anderson, Defensive Player of the Year. Best quarterback, best running back, best wide receiver. Number 2 for O-line. Number 1 for D-line. None on the list for linebacker. None on the list for DB. Number 7 for kicker. What a year. I mean, realistically, with a team this good, we should be doing this no matter the scheme. We could have the worst scheme in the league. We should make the playoffs. But that's just not how it works. Almost doubling the win total of the Rams, but as a division rival, you just never know. We have 8 overalls higher than them. End of the game. 0-0, 7-3. I knew it was coming, but little prediction there. 10-7. Not a great score line, but it's a lead. That lead is gone. Before half, we regained the lead by 3. Now up by 10 to start the second half. It's a 7-point game, and it looks like the Rams are going to tie this one up, and this could be a lackluster finish. As the Rams don't kick the field goal, we're finally on the benefiting side of the no-go field goal when they're in range. They go for it this time, though. The offense has a chance. And on 4th and 5, it's a get it or go home situation. Double drag look. I mean, we'll see. Right over the middle. Good play by Jamison. Try to go down, couldn't. I saw the wheel was like, maybe we get it, but the guy jumped it, and then we ended up seeing that wide open over the middle. That was crazy close. Let's see if they can do it. Had to convert for them, and you've got to be kidding me. This offense, 3 straight plays in a row. 0 yards. Oh my, this game. They actually kind of look like they have this covered as well. I don't think Williams is going to get open. Tight end's open. And he doesn't catch it. We lost. It's over. 4 straight plays of 0 yards. But obviously I can't, chip away at 10 yards. 3 different plays on one play. That's not how it goes. Wow, what a rebuild this was. It wasn't that the team was too hard to build. I'm still going to end up doing the one where the CPU drafts because I think it'll be a bit more challenging. I know we didn't win the Super Bowl, so you can argue that it was challenging, but there wasn't really a challenge to build the roster. This is debatably, because of how all out we went on some of the trades, the best roster we've had this Madden. It's debatably. I mean, we've never had this kind of depth, especially at running back. We have 2 franchise-level running backs on the same freaking roster. Of course, we're about to lose all of that because we can't afford C.J. Stroud, but, I mean, look, this is what the team looks like. A 94 overall running back backing up a 99. An 87 overall wide receiver backing up an 89. This is crazy. I mean, this is an insane team, and the fact that we didn't even get to the Super Bowl, let alone win it, is just more proof that the game is fundamentally garbagely great. Obviously, it's just perfect. But the Rams against the Bills for the Super Bowl. Some new teams yet again. And the Bills win. So we lost to a team that wasn't even the Super Bowl champion. Lovely stuff. But C.J. Stroud, Bijan Robinson, they go up in dev. So does Pickens and McBride. What a dev up season this was. We're going to upgrade our players and then take a look at how they developed. See if there's actually a way to maneuver the C.J. Stroud contract and call it a rebuild. There's nothing more to do. I mean, we have built the team as good as it physically can get, and it wasn't enough. Here it is. O-line, who cares, honestly? I guess we could probably get rid of Colton Miller and might save some money. McBride, even though he's gone, I guess we'll take a look at 90 overall. I mean, considering we really didn't use schemes that were strong for tight ends, he actually developed all right, I suppose. C.J. Stroud, 99 overall, trying to find a way to keep him on the team. Maybe you get him through a franchise tag, and then you work around that money. I'm not sure. Bijan, 99 overall. Decent power back ratings, actually. Oh, he's insane. He is insane. He's better than Madden Prime Vic. And Vic? Ezekiel Elliott. I don't know where Vic came from. Charles Hendricks, no trucking, but amazing juke move, amazing stiff arm. Did get to 99 speed, and that's without the +3, which is ridiculous. Pickens, the 93 overall superstar. Really didn't see much from him, honestly, throughout this thing, but he had a couple of 1,000-yard seasons. The touchdowns, though, for a guy his size, definitely lacking. Williams, he's mid. He was okay. Nothing crazy. Good overall, but the ratings are kind of average. Quentin Johnston, really good short and medium route. Great catching, but release and deep route is just terrible. Speed's not really anything to write home about. Then defensively, Quay Walker, even though he's new to the team for the most part, he just kind of got here. Really speedy, great zone coverage, pretty good block shed, amazing tackle, play rec awareness, all that stuff. Very good player, obviously. Then we look at Jack Campbell, who's an X factor now. I mean, the dev-ups that we had were insane. But 83 block shed, 75 zone. I mean, he's kind of average, but he's good enough. And then on the other side, we have McKee, who's already an 89 overall with 86 speed and 88 excel, 92 block shed, 75 zone coverage, basically a damn DT at this rate. What else do we have on the defensive side of the ball? Did Daxton ever get to 80 zone coverage? Obviously hybrid type with 80 man, 74 zone. Dax, unless you're going to actually manually upgrade him or manually use him, really is just not worth drafting. His zone coverage is just so low, and because of the hybrid, obviously he doesn't really upgrade that zone coverage in general. Delpit, not the fastest, but 90 zone coverage, which is totally worth it. But like I said, I do want to see if it is possible to maneuver this to keep Stroud, because obviously there's a lot of positions you can get rid of, a lot of different players that you can replace, but replacing a quarterback, that is pure pain. Sloan not getting to a superstar is really, really annoying, though. I really do wonder if the fifth-year options that we accepted for a lot of these rookies actually is the big factor in us not being able to afford Stroud, or at least being close. It's one thing not affording him, but it's another being nowhere near affording him. Kobe Turner, the 89 overall X Factor. He's definitely not worth, maining, But it worked out for us in the end. He went to Superstar because of Rookie of the Year. But without Rookie of the Year award, it would have been a really bad pick. I can't lie. Cofield really did nothing for us, but 97 power move, X Factor, I just don't understand what it takes sometimes. Will Anderson, a 97 overall, 98 finesse move, edge rusher, insanely athletic, great players, ratings all across the board. And then kicking, even though Dicker didn't really kick well, he should be pretty much maxed anyways. 98 kick power, 88 accuracy, like I said. But let's see if we can maneuver this. I want to see if we can actually get through this or not, or at least come close to. Obviously, O-line, you can always replace them. It's not that hard to draft a new lineman. We already got backups at pretty much every position anyways. But I want to see how we can keep Stroud. 4.2 mil, so the money doesn't move, but let's see if we've got some contracts here. Definitely can get rid of Colton, but I don't know how much that really saves. Yeah, I mean, I think we'd actually be pretty screwed. I think we'd be done for. Like, we'd be so broke. I don't even know how you even do a tag. Do you withdraw the offer and then... Oh, when you withdraw the offer, you lose the tag option as well, which is kind of crazy. But a 7-year 426 is crazy money. So we would actually be, like, done for. Well, we would just be drafting the highest quarterback we could get and somehow trying to win a Super Bowl with a team that was the best in the league by far that now has way less. We have 18 mil showing up out of nowhere, 62 million per year for CJ Stroud. I mean, that's a lot of money in fairness. Maybe you do want to just go rookie anyways. Would be a weird rebuild turn, but that's basically going to be it. Like I said, the CPU draft of pick 32 each round will come out sooner or later, maybe this weekend or something. But I want to take a break from the fantasy draft rebuilds a little bit and get back into the realistic style. Maybe the next rebuild we do would be a Titans rebuild, something like that, because the Titans have done a lot of moves as well. Once again, I kind of want to do one of the aftermath teams, like, what are the Broncos going to look like after trading Judy and releasing, Russell Wilson for the huge dead hit and losing the draft picks and all that. So Broncos fans like, wow, thank you for the strays we just caught. But let me know in the comment section below what team you'd like to see next, and if you have a challenge rebuild idea, let me know that as well, as I'm always interested in seeing new ideas. And that's about it. Like I said, leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I really do appreciate your support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PKR Plays for now, Madden content. Like I said, finished Spider-Man recently enough, a few days back, and gonna probably do some new series at some point. Regardless, though, Bison's franchise tomorrow, maybe with Bears franchise, and yeah, we'll have another rebuild sooner or later. Anyways, thanks for watching. All the guys come back for next video, but until next video,